Parker Wilborn, Parkerwilborn, Battalion Chief, Metro Fire. Just before noon, Metro Fire crews were dispatched out to a large grass fire. Crews initially pulled out. They had a significant column. Immediately went to work. When they arrived, they had multiple structures threatened. Significant volume of fire that was traveling very rapidly with the wind. This fire was moving and advancing very quickly. Crews, we got more. We good. I'm just going to keep going with them. Sacramento County Sheriffs put an evacuation order out for 1 mile radius at Jackson and Sunrise, and those people were evacuated. We have not heard of any injuries or anybody that has been trapped inside of their home. Everybody, sounds like, has made it out safely. It's very important to heed those evacuation warnings when we do put them out. It could be the difference between life and death. What else you guys got?
Bouncing off of that, are there any total losses that you know of, any structure losses?
At this point, the fire's reached 800 plus acres. We have no containment at this point. We are still getting resources coming in to assist. We did have air resources from CAL FIRE and Metro Fire. We also had ground resources from CAL FIRE and Metro Fire as well. So bulldozers, hand crews, fire engines, and again, our fixed wing and rotary wing aircraft all fighting this blaze. This fire was spreading very rapidly into homes, and for I'll just leave it at that. At this point, we don't have any outside. Make sure I'm giving you appropriate information. We have not had any confirmation of any homes that have been lost, but we have had multiple outbuildings that have been lost. We're going to have more information as the night progresses, and we can get into some of these areas that were heavily burned to get an accurate picture of what happened.
And what are conditions like for your firefighters on the ground right now on the front lines? When
we first arrived, we had a significant column that was very limited on visibility, so our crews were driving through smoke. We obviously have to take a lot of precaution with something like that. We want to get to those homes, and our number one priority is life and livestock at this point. We had a lot of livestock that was also threatened. We considered that life as well, so making sure all of that was safe, and then we can start making sure also property is protected as well. We're doing those simultaneously, but we're here for life, making sure going door to door that those folks are all out of their homes, and thankfully we had Sacramento County Sheriff's Office that was assisting with that.
Did having the resources nearby, like Mayfair and everything, kind of help a little bit in taking advantage? Obviously with the high winds, you had to get on it real quick, but you guys weren't too far away from it though at the same time, really.
Thankfully, we have a lot of resources in a condensed amount of space. Thankfully, we have a lot of resources that are really condensed into a small space in a geographical location. We have a lot of pump and rolls, which is an engine that can drive into the grass and drive while it's actually pumping water. We've got our dozers, we've got our helicopters. We have a tremendous amount of assets that can help fight these fires. And we also have our partnerships with CAL FIRE and some of our neighboring agencies that are going to come in on that master mutual aid plan. And that was effective today. This fire could have been much worse. We were really worried about jumping Sunrise and then taking off from there, but we stopped it at the levee, and we created a box that we could really contain this fire and keep it from spreading and threatening more homes.
And I know this is still active. Any word though on what might have caused it?
No. We'll definitely have some more information for you on that very shortly. We're waiting to confirm.
Any future predictions for wind? Is it going to get worse, better today? Do we know so far? Any information on where the wind's going?
It's red flag conditions. It's very hot. It's very dry. Our relative humidity is very low, and we've got a breeze. And these are all ingredients for a fast-moving fire, and we saw that today. A small spark can cause a major fire. We need our community to be diligent and prevent these kinds of tragedies.
I have a quick question. You may have already answered this. I'm Ashani with the SAC Beam. I'm in reading. I was wondering, could you tell us how close this was to the other fire last week, where that man was accused of setting with a lighter? Is that close to this at all, or am I completely off?
Yeah, you're pretty far away.
Okay.
And that person, I believe, is still in custody. So the two are not. We're not anticipating the two will be. Okay. That's the underlying question.
No.
At this point, but I will have a pretty significant some information to push out here very shortly. I'm just waiting on confirmation from sheriffs.
Sure. All right. Well, I don't have anything else.
A 0% containment right now.
And if you, will we turn them around? If you have
I'll
more
give you
information.
all information as it comes out.
Wonderful.
Again, I'm just waiting for confirmation from one small piece, and then we'll give you